Hello, great to see y'all. So I think this should be a fun stream tonight. I'm not sure who's watching or not, but if you are watching, please feel free to message in the chat. This is a bit of a free-for-all stream tonight. I have some things to do for my kiddos, but I also have a whole bunch of crafting supplies I got last week. I have a whole bunch of things we could do if anybody's interested in anything in particular. And also, as always, every craft stream that I do, if you have any questions or things that you would like to get help with or just are curious about, please join in on the stream, and I'm happy to kind of talk through it. I've tried a bunch of different stuff. Some things have gone well and some things haven't. But what we're doing tonight is getting ready for my youngest son's birthday party. I've been doing it over the past month or so, but I have some final little things to do tonight. I'll walk you through how I got to where I'm at right now with some of the things, and we'll go from there. But again, if you're watching tonight, I'd love for you just to message me, let me know if anyone's watching. That way I can make sure to pause. Hey, hi Renee, great to have you. Thank you saying I look great. I'm so excited you could join. Super curious, I know that you do a lot of crafting. What have you been doing lately? While I drink some water. While we do that, I'll keep chatting about my kiddo. So he's turning 5 and he requested a Paw Patrol birthday party. And one of the things that we do at one of our parties is every year is we have a photo booth, and the kids love it. And so both of my boys love to request photo booths for their birthday parties. So I kind of got myself into a fun situation. Maybe sometime I'll do a stream of how I do my photo booth setup. It's a bit technical because I like to do that, but you know, it's just fun for me. I don't know why other people go all out on birthday parties, but I just do it because it's fun. I like the creative outlet, and it's fun to think about kids' birthday parties. It's more fun than adult birthday parties. So anyway, Paw Patrol has been a theme. Again, he has a photo booth. We'll have a backdrop that's basically brick, but he wanted to have a bunch of face masks and things. And so I found online, actually Nickelodeon, who makes Paw Patrol, has a bunch of masks that you can print out and cut out. So I'll show you that, but I'm going to try to make it a little more durable because kids, and I'll walk you through that process tonight. Oh, cork keychains, Renee, that's really cool. What kind of cork? Like, is it like a wine bottle cork keychain, or are you talking about like a cutout cork, like a flat cork and stuff? That seems pretty neat. If you can, post some pictures in the chat. So anyway, let me get to showing you what I started thus far. So I printed it out, pretty simple. Here's one of the masks. I think you can see it. And the printing out was simple. What was not super simple was cutting it out. Oh, wine corks, Renee, that's really cool. I hadn't thought of making wine corks into keychains before. That's really fun. I love it. Where did you get the wine corks from? Is it just friends and stuff, or? I've seen some people online. They do. They'll like buy bags of wine corks for crafting and stuff. I've seen like online they have things where people cut the wine corks down into like a whole tray that they have, kind of a thing. So anyway, the hard part with this was I was trying really hard to cut it out using my silhouette because it's going to be more precise. There was eye holes and these curves and everything, and I tried for like a good hour to trace it in silhouette, and it was just not having it. So I went totally the old school route where I just put it on a board, I cut out the edges, and then I used an X-Acto knife to cut out the eyes. You can kind of see here, it's not the most perfect, but you know, it's kids, no deal. You got new corks from the vineyard locally. Huh. That's really cool. Yeah, it's kind of neat what kind of access we have locally to some of that fun stuff. So I'm just gonna close the door right now. Forgot to do that. So anyway, a few things that I wanted to do here is, it's on cardstock, but it's still pretty flimsy. So after, you know, 1 or 2 kids use it, it's probably not going to last super long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to laminate it and probably just keep the eyes still fully laminated because you can still see it because it'll be clear. And then I'll cut off the edges, and then I'll get a skewer and cut off the edges of that and glue it to the edge here. So, like I said, tonight's pretty chill. It's not a fancy craft night tonight. Just get in here. Always the fun part of crafting is the Tetris that you do with the craft supplies and the craziness of cleaning up afterwards. Let's see. So I managed to find my laminator, but my laminating sheets might be a whole nother story. Give me a moment. Have you seen anything on Pinterest or Instagram, Renee, that, you know, is kind of been interesting, something that you might want to try? And also, if there's anybody else on there right now, let me know. Love to chat with you too. Super dusty. Let's use it more. So laminating is super fun. So easy. Get 2 of these in there. Again. Not ready. Gonna let it warm up. See how many millimeters. Not milliliters. Millimeters. Three. Yeah, so some of the things that I have on my to-do list, and you know, depending on tonight, maybe we'll get to it, maybe we won't, is I am loving the trends of leather earrings. And they have all these really fun, different colored leather sheets that you can cut out in a silhouette, and you can add different charms and layers and all different kinds of stuff. So I'm really excited about that trend, and I just love earrings. And so it's fun to have a bunch of earrings that like don't care about too much. I mean, it's fun to have ones that you are really nice too, but I like the idea of earrings are so small and they're pretty easy to produce that if it turns out badly, they're like, oh well, I'll try the next time and see how it goes. So that's probably my next bigger project. I also got some stuff for doing resin, and I have a whole bunch of ideas with resin, a bunch of little things you can fill up, do earrings or necklaces or keychains or even things. So probably try that out. That one I need a little bit more supplies, since you're supposed to use like a butane torch, and I have the torch, but Amazon doesn't ship butane, so I have to actually go to the store. Yeah, I think that will be a fun one though. That one's one I'm expecting to go pretty badly though. I hear resin is one of those that you have to try quite a few times to get right. Also, I'm assuming with the mica that I'm going to use for dyeing it, I'll probably get that wrong too. So it should be a fun experiment. I'll do that on stream at some point soon. See. While we're waiting for it to heat up, I can show some of the other things for the party. So one of the other things that Nickelodeon had was this printable pin the badge on Marshall. So it's really cute. You just print it out and tape it together. And then it also comes with a sheet to print out the badges. And what I did is I brought that into Silhouette and traced out the edge, and so and then I'm going to print it on sticker paper. And so then the kids can just stick it on with the sticker paper. Oh, Renee, yeah. You know what? It's probably wise on holding back on resin. I'm basically going in expecting to fail, and if it works out, we'll see. But yeah, resin's pretty interesting. Did you see resin like jewelry making, or was it resin coating? I'd also seen some people using resin on like phone cases and some other things. What were you thinking of making with resin if you ever did get into it? I applaud you though for holding back on some hobbies. I know how that goes. I'm not always the best. So. This is the backdrop for the photo booth that all the masks will be used. And probably going to try to do a balloon arch over the backdrop, just for fun. My mom's helping me with this. I got a bunch of these little fire hats, and my mom is cutting out and putting together a bunch of ears like Dalmatian puppy ears. I can't talk. And we're gonna glue it on. So if you haven't seen Marshall, this is Marshall here. That's Timothy's favorite Paw Patrol character, and so that's what it's actually themed for Marshall more than it's Paw Patrol. And so all the kiddos will get one of those little hats. Should be fun. See, still not ready. All right, I'll keep chatting then. What else we got? Found some of the cutest little balloons we'll use for the balloon arch thing. Little paw prints. Love it. And then I also have these like balloon stands that I use. And I have two of them, and there's normally like a centerpiece balloon. And you can't really see it very well, but one of these is a really large Mylar Marshall balloon. The other one's in number 5. And I'll have the paw print balloons around it. What I love about using like the balloon arch and the sticks is that I don't need to use helium. I have a little machine that blows air and don't have to worry about that. Oh, the resin pendants. Yeah, there are a lot of options with it. One of the things I also got recently was a bunch of pressed flowers. Go in here. So I bought this on Amazon. I'm not sure if it's showing very well, but these are just a bunch of pressed flowers that have been dyed, obviously. And what I thought would be really cool is in some of those pendants to have the pressed flowers kind of floating in there. So yeah, we'll see. I also have some ideas on phone cases. I have a bunch of clear phone cases I bought off of eBay real cheap, and I have some transparent vinyl, and so I wanted to put the flower on the inside of the case and put the vinyl over it, and have some words and some fun stuff. So that's kind of my thought for some of the resin like pendant stuff. Alright, looks like we're in business. Yeah, I also have a bunch of mica I got. I don't know why you said oops. The mica I got, this is set here, kind of play with. What's fun is, I don't know if you can see, but some of these colors are kind of more metallic. So in theory, you can do like a gold pendant if you wanted to, or a silver, or some of the molds I got are also for beads. The mold I got is actually like, I don't know, so tiny. I'm not sure how much of it is actually going to be useful. I'll show you what molds I got. So It came with this ring. I don't know if you can see. It's really tiny. Like, I think maybe it fit on the end of my pinky. This is a bracelet, which I guess for kids. But some of these things are cool. This is kind of fun for a pendant. They're, I don't know if you can see very well, they're like cylinder kind of things. And then also they had this globe, and the way they showed it looked like it was a big globe that sits in your hand, and this is it. So not the biggest thing. But here's all the beads that it came with. They're bead molds that they came with, and some of them are good size. Some of them are like, I don't even know what you do with them. But that would be, I think that's probably more where I would do some of the metallic mica. And this one I got, and these little tiny charm thingies. I think I've already lost one of theirs. And then this one is the one I think is really interesting. It's got these little pendants up here. Well, those are pretty big pendants. Actually seem useful. Although I also really like this one here for earring. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'm also a big earring person, so I guess scale is a little funky for me. But Renee, if you ever want to come stream with me, you're welcome to come on over and we can play with resin together. So these are some of the favorites here. This one, Sky and Chase. Never seen Paw Patrol. This one's Tracker, which is like, I guess, the newest one. I've never actually seen Tracker in any episodes, but I've only seen a few episodes. We don't actually have anything that has Paw Patrol in it, so the only way that Timothy's actually seen Paw Patrol is at my parents' house. What kind of resin? So I bought a small resin set on Amazon. There it is. So if you look, this comes in these two small bottles, and it comes with instructions. People say that it's pretty easy, and you have to work in a ventilated room, so I have to open up the window, obviously. And I bought a bunch of like disposable cups and things like that. So yeah. seems pretty straightforward. There's the resin cheat sheet. I think the other hard part for me is the weight. I tend to only like to do crafts that don't really require a lot of weighting. But I don't know, it felt like I wanted to give it a shot. So now I have these all laminated. They feel nice and hard. I wish I had the 5mm ones. I'd probably use some of them. I guess I could double it, but I'm just gonna go with this. Get this stuff. Let's have some space. Alright, so now we're going to cut it up. So I saw online a bunch of people recommending these scissors a long time ago, and I never thought I would care so much about scissors until I started to cut more. But these are really nice. They work in pretty nice fashion, and the tips are really tiny, so it helps you get into those spots. So it's really smart. It works out okay. I'm not the steadiest with scissors too. And the hard part with laminate is you can't cut all the way to the edge, otherwise it doesn't stay together. So we're gonna give it a go. Oh, you love the new seat cover. Thank you. Yeah, I debated on that one. I thought that I couldn't find anything that fit the chair. I spent a long time looking, and then I was talking with my mom about it. She's like, just try it, just see if it works. I'm like, yeah, let me just do that. And because it was a bonded leather, and it just was not bonding very much anymore. I'm sure you saw how bad it was getting. So I was happy that it worked out today. I was surprised. And now the cat scratching into it and other things won't be as much of a problem. I also got this was a separate thing, but the arm cover. I don't know if the video is showing it very well, but different material, but needed to cover that as well, so I got that separately. But seems like it works okay. Yeah, it was one of those hard situations where I was looking online and trying to figure out, do I get it recovered? Do I try to recover it myself? Do I just buy another chair that's the same one? Because I love the chair. The chair is still comfortable, so I didn't really want to go that route. So I started looking around for slipcovers just to see if there was a less expensive option. Because, you know, recovering would probably have been at least like $500 or something. Ridiculous when I was looking online. So, the slipcover I think was like, I want to say $23. Certainly a lot less expensive. So we have the one there, and the eyes are pretty see-through, so that's good. We'll have a fine time with that. It's always funny to me when they add in the girl character. It's always It's always the pink one. What I like is later on they added Everest, which has all the blue tones and everything. It's the girl in me that likes the blue a lot more than the pink, but it's still cute. I think it's fun that they have, you know, pups with different characters. Joe always loves to talk about Marshall. So I think he thinks about it a lot more than I do. And because they have Marshall as the fireman pup, but he's clumsy. And he's always like getting hurt and stuff. And so he thinks it's pretty funny that they would have the fire dog, the one that you would really want to not be clumsy. Always having problems. Oh, I'm glad you like the color. Thanks. I'll share. I had a hard time choosing. A lot of the covers are like really bright or solid. Just my style. So thank you. I appreciate that one. I spent more time thinking about it than I should. I researched too much. Alright, that's two. Now, this is not probably the most exciting craft stream I've ever done, but birthday party's coming up. I've been working a lot, so that's what we're getting tonight. Try to make it fun. If anybody else is watching, you know, feel free to join in conversation. If you've made anything lately, have questions about anything, we're here to chat. So, let's see, what else have I been thinking of making? I have a whole bunch of blank stuff. So, in iPhone cases and a whole bunch of tumblers, like with the straws, and stainless steel travel mugs, and, well, I always have t-shirts. T-shirts upon t-shirts growing out of my ears, but they come in so handy when I just need a quick gift for somebody. Just need, well, mostly kids, make shirts. Tried my hand last stream at doing some canvas art because I bought a bunch of cheap canvases on Prime Day, and it turned out okay. I didn't love it, but it's at my office, so I get to see it every day after work. So maybe I'll refresh at some point and give it another go. I am due for probably a new iPhone case. Mine was a little bit Valentine's themed. That's what I made. I think it was like in December. That was like January. Been playing around with different techniques. the heart here is printed out like water transfer kind of thing. I don't know how to describe it. Kind of is a little bit like a temporary tattoo. It like slides off. I don't know. It's funky, but I have a whole bunch more of them. I don't know what I want to do with here, so. Renee, you're so sweet. Yeah, I don't know if I'm an awesome mom. I just like excuses to make stuff, and kids' birthday parties feel like the fun one. I've been trying to make sure I rein it in, because my favorite part of kids' birthday parties is like the ideas. Like spending hours on Pinterest looking at pictures and talking about what I want to do. The execution part, like, it's okay. So I can often think I can do more than I can actually do. So, but it's fun. Like, if I didn't have fun, I'm not sure I would do it. I'm not that good of a mom. I don't think I would go to this effort if I didn't enjoy it. I keep wondering what I'm going to do when I stop wanting to have themed birthday parties. Like, what outlet am I going to have to throw these silly parties? Thankfully, I have time. Yeah, and as far as having time for it, I don't totally have time for it. I just don't do some other things that I probably should be doing. You know, everybody makes trade-offs. Work was so crazy. I wasn't crafting, I wasn't streaming. I just stopped doing a lot of things, and really wanted to get back into it, because I think everyone needs one of those things that gets their mind off of everything else going on. You know, have that outlet. I find I'm also a little bit happier of a person if I have something else I'm thinking about. I mean, I actually really like my job a lot, but because I'm a workaholic, I can spend too much time on work. So it's good to have an excuse on something that forces me to not be working all the time. I remember before I had kids, I was always trying to find, like, I wanted to craft, but I didn't know what to do. I was trying to find things I could make, but once I had kids, it was like, oh man, there's so many things I want to make, so many things I want to do. I used to go pretty crazy with all the different stuff I was making for Samuel when he was younger, and I finally realized I needed to focus on the things that had the most impact. So I was making these little stuff, these felt toys and things, and like, he liked it, but it wasn't like he liked it more than if I had just went and bought it at the store. So it was fun for me to do that for a time. I enjoyed it, but think I realized I needed stuff that was more uniquely my contributions, or at least my own personal sanity. That's also why I don't like sew clothing. I embellish shirts. Because, one, I'm terrible at sewing clothing. I've failed so many times trying to make Joe some pajama pants. Really bad. Thanks, Renee. Yeah, Pinterest is one of those things like, definitely in moderation, one of those things. I used to go pretty crazy on Pinterest. Spend like way too much time and then like feel bad if I didn't do all the things I wanted to do that I'd seen on Pinterest. And, now it's more of a like, no, you know, it's cool. I'll just put these ideas here, and if I get around to them, fine. If I don't, that's fine. I like Pinterest too because the kids have fun with it. I'll put a bunch of ideas on the board and they'll go through and say, oh, that's really cool, I want that. Or what's surprising are the things I'm like, oh, this is the coolest thing ever. My kiddo's really gonna love this and I can't wait for them to see this idea. They're just gonna flip out over it. And I show it to them and they're like, yeah, I don't want that. No, I don't like that. No, let's do this instead. And I'm like, and often it's the simpler, easier thing they want to do instead. I'm like, oh, well, I shouldn't argue with you on that one because it's easier for me to do that. So, it's fun. It's like a bonding experience for me and the kiddos. I think especially with my oldest, because he's starting to help with doing the party, like both for him and his brother. Falling over. I'm pretty tired though, so I'm probably just gonna do the masks tonight and call it a night. But this already will get me pretty far. This bottom one is Rebel. It's kind of a play on Rebel. Like this shoveler, I think, dirt shoveler, like dirt rock stone. Every time Timothy sees this, one of his friends at school, I guess is really his characters, that he always says, that's so-and-so's favorite. And the piece de resistance. Can't really see French very well. Marshall. Fire truck. Although he had an idea, he really wanted. This is when it gets hard when you're doing party planning with kids, because you have an idea in your head of what you want to do that you think would look the best, and then they have an idea in their head of just like, well, this is what I want. So he really wanted chocolate cake, and I'm like, and we found these. He also wanted edible cake toppers. for his cupcakes. So that's what I did last year for his birthday party. And the ones I found were white back, and so they just wouldn't look good on chocolate cake. So I'm like, oh, what can I do? What can I do? And I was like, well, what about white chocolate cake? And he was like, yeah, I could do that. But of course, white chocolate cake, it's not like you go buy a box at the store for white chocolate cake. So now I'm like, well, okay, we're making it from scratch. Bought really good, like actual white chocolate. So maybe it will taste decently like chocolate. So, I don't know. It's one of those, still learning the balance between letting them have an idea of what they want and imposing what I think is going to look the best. Now I'm just getting my glue gun warmed up. Got this fun glue gun pack. It came with this glue gun mat so it doesn't stick, which is kind of nice. Little glue gun thing. Most of these things are gifts from my family. Birthdays and Christmases and stuff. With my new setup, I'm running out of spots. There's so many things plugged in to do the broadcast. Alright, getting that warmed up. I'm going to be right back. I had to grab the skewers from the kitchen. Oh, sorry about the music. Yep, I can definitely turn on the music. Thanks for letting me know. Let me know if that's better. So, Renee, does that sound better? Let me know. Really appreciate you telling me. It's hard for me always to know when I start streaming. So these are just bamboo skewers you can get at the grocery store. Nothing fancy. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Glad the music's better. not actually counting. Obviously took way too many skewers from the kitchen. Alright, we're not going to practice on that one. We are going to practice on Tracer. I think that will work. This one is Rocky. For some reason I'm thinking he's like the recycling dog. I don't know. I don't really know of many kids that get super excited about him. Might be why I think he's the recycling dog. I think these. I'll try. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. Looks like it's pretty sturdy. When I'm all done, I will give a demonstration. So you can see how ridiculous I look. Cut one too many. Oh no, that's right. I put Marshall off to the side. I don't want those ones dry, but I will give a demonstration. Let's see. Oh. Doesn't look like I have one that's close up. Let me see. I'll make one real quick that's close up. Alright, cool. Oh, tape for reinforcement. That's a good idea. Let's see. There. Cool. Yeah, this is totally ridiculous. It's good. Yeah, tape for reinforcement. It feels pretty strong, but I do agree with you. The kids are really rough on things, and I've been surprised. I might do. I don't have tape that I love. Like, all the tape I have is not great. I don't want to describe it. Like, it's not the most sticky, and it's the tape doesn't stay very well on the laminate. Yeah, the tape's working. A large hole punch. Yes, I do have a large hole punch. Oh, for the eyes. Is it showing up pretty bad? I think the thing that concerns me about cutting out the eyes is that with the laminate, you have to leave a space. So then it looks, I'd be able to only cut a small portion of it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave the eyes just, I don't know. It's helping to keep it sturdy. Like, it feels a lot sturdier now with the laminate across the eyes. But I will do the tape thing. So I'm put this. Thank you, Renee, for your tips. You've done kids' birthday parties a lot longer than I have. All right. So I think that is it. Let's take a look at the finished product. Yeah, feel pretty sturdy. Hopefully it will last a couple hour kid's birthday party. Well, I think that's it for tonight. Yeah, Renee, I had oh, I realized I didn't change back to the screen. Sorry about that. There we go. That's the finished product. Yeah, Renee, I really had a blast having you here. Thanks so much for joining. And I really loved your feedback. It was really, really useful. The photos, yeah. I will definitely share photos. I'll share what I can on stream because I only share photos of my kiddos, obviously, not other people's kiddos. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. At the very least, Timothy will enjoy it, and that's what I'm looking for. Maybe I can convince my parents to get in there too. Be fun. But thanks so much for joining me tonight. I really, really had a fun time with you, and it's funny that we don't get to see each other much these days, but it was nice to feel like back in the old times chatting and about crafting and stuff. So I hope you will join me again some other time when you can, and have a fantastic night. And I hope next time we chat, you've got a chance to make something, or I don't know if you posted on here, but photos of your keychains would be fun too. So anyway, if anyone else is listening, I hope you have a great night too. And I will be back next week. The following week, I will not be streaming. I'll be out of town, but I will be here next week. So you can catch me at 8:30 on Thursday. Thanks. Bye-bye.